Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I look atrocious. I got my hair cut recently and it's way too short to style, so I'm gonna leave it down like that. Anyways, in today's video, we're gonna be looking at some scammers who got caught in the act.
Chinese insurance scammer. Ever wondered why dash cams are so popular nowadays? They're most popular in countries such as Russia and China. That's because of the very high rates of insurance scams in those countries.
If you don't know what insurance scam is, it's basically whenever somebody pretends that you hit them with their car. So I've got a feeling we're gonna see some people pretend to like jump in front of a car and pretend that they got hit. Basically, they're gonna try and claim insurance then if that person hit them.
It's incredible how brazen some of these scammers really are. What they do is pretend that they've been hit by you driving your car. They then try and extort money from you. They either simply ask you for some money there and then so that they go away and stop bothering you, or they get insurance companies involved and try and get a big payout. This happens so much in certain countries, it's led to everyone having to buy dash cams.
That's actually quite sad, isn't it? These people are so desperate for money, they're literally gonna pretend that you hit them. How many times could that work? Because surely they can't sue people lots of times saying that they hit them. Eventually, people are gonna become really suspicious.
An example of one of these scammers was caught one day in China. A man was driving through a very narrow street. That's when a woman walks out in front of his car and lays down in the road. She does this to pretend the driver hit her with his car.
But why? Like, how is that literally gonna work? Do people actually believe that? Should I get my parents to get like a dash cam, because I knew they drive their cars a lot. Someday somebody's just gonna randomly jump out in front of them.
These scams are so common, people walk and drive past the woman. It's not even surprising to see this kind of thing happen on many Chinese roads. The woman hopes the man will drive closer and honk his horn to make the scam more believable. She has no idea that his dash cam is recording the entire thing. She realizes that the man has caught onto her scam, so she gets up and charges at the man's car.
Oh my god, I don't actually believe that this happens. Like, how does that literally happen? These people are absolutely crazy. Imagine literally walking up to a car and doing that. If you get lots of money, I might do it.
She hits the man's car hood to try and make a dent. That way an insurance company may think that the man's vehicle struck the woman. The man reverses slowly as she does this. She purposely falls over one more time and then gets up and strikes the vehicle again.
If this happened to you, what would you do? Like, would you literally call the police? How long is she gonna get put into jail for? I'd just lose my temper and punch her.
Motorbikers simply drive past because this is simply so common in China. Eventually the woman gives up and the man calls the police. But the worrying part is, if the man did not have a dash cam, then he likely would have been blamed. It just goes to show that maybe it's a good idea to have a dash cam just in case.
I mean, a lot of cars now have dash cams, and you wanna do something that is a smart thing. This could literally happen all throughout the world. Like, this is definitely gonna happen in America. It's probably gonna happen in Northern Ireland soon as well.
Insurance scam gang. Sometimes car insurance scammers aren't pedestrians. Sometimes insurance scammers are also driving cars.
Oh my god, it's gonna be somebody who hits a car, isn't it? This video's literally making me feel really scared. Like, I don't even drive a car, but I've got fear this is gonna happen to me.
Take this dashcam video from Russia. A man is driving along as normal when a silver car cuts him off. He veers left into another lane, suspecting that they're simply bad drivers. But then the silver car enters his lane. At this point, it's clear they're trying to cause a small crash. The silver car slows down so that the man's tires scrape on their car. They then pull their car over and various men get out. Having many scammers is a common tactic. That's because it's more intimidating to their victim.
Nah, I'm sorry if that just happened to me. I just drive off. Like, I literally get my camera and show it to them. I mean, all of their faces are on camera, so surely they should get arrested. I'm pretty sure, like, in Russia, lots of things like this happen. I mean, it did say at the start of the video, it happens a lot over there. That's quite scary. Do these men not have jobs? Like, get your own job, don't scam people.
The driver tries to drive off, but the men block the road. However, the 5 men have no idea that their scam has been caught on camera. The men get ready to try and get the man's insurance details. That way they can claim money from their insurance company. But when the driver informs them that their scam has been caught on camera, the men instantly give up. They likely moved on to the next victim who did not have a dash cam and was not so lucky.
That's so sad, isn't it? Like, they're literally grown-ass men and are trying to scam people. Come on, you guys, grow up, get a job.
Mixtape Scam. If you go to many cities in the United States, people may try to sell you their mixtapes. A lot of the time, these are good, honest, up-and-coming musicians trying to sell their music. But in some areas, for example, New York City's Times Square, there are many scammers. In this video, a man offers a tourist a free free CD. He signs it and says he does not charge any money for his music, but as soon as he gives the tourist the CD, he then asks for money for the CD.
I'm sorry, what? So he literally offered to give somebody a free CD and then he's charging them money? Who is this scammer? Like, that's such a scummy thing to do. The person doesn't even want to listen to your music anyways.
He says this is like a donation instead of actual payment, but of course it's really the same thing. After the man asks for money, the tourist says he's fine and does not want the album, but the scam artist then says that he will need something for the album.
Thank you, Ken. We don't sell it, Ken. We just ask for a donation for the record, Ken. Thank you. It doesn't matter what you have, Ken.
I'm sorry.
No,
He has various friends around him, which makes this more intimidating. A lot of the time, tourists simply cough up some money so the guy will leave them alone.
That happens a lot in countries. If you ever go somewhere, say that you've been to the country many times before. I think it happens a lot in like Asia, especially with like the taxi service. Basically, people ask you, oh, have you been here before? And if you say no, they will literally go a much longer way so they can get more money off you. But if you say yes, you've been there loads, then it means that like they'll go the normal way and they won't have to charge you lots. That's a big fear of mine. Like, if I found out somebody was scamming me, I'd literally punch them.
At one point, the guy says, give me a small tip. After all, my guys are around.
Thanks, man.
small tip. My guys is around.
I mean, I didn't want it.
Come right here. Ken, you gotta come here and you gotta give me a tip.
I don't know about you, but to me that sounds pretty threatening. These mixtape scams are very common in New York. According to some, the man who filmed this was later doing a live stream in New York. That's when one of these CD hustlers stalked him and threatened the man. This video went viral on TikTok and YouTube.
Of course it went viral on TikTok. That's literally the one place something like that would go viral. I mean, moral of the story, if you're gonna learn anything from this experience, it's not to take CDs off people anywhere in the world.
Wiper Scammer. This is yet another insurance scammer in China, but this one scammer has a very different method. Instead of laying in the road or jumping on the vehicle, the scammer flags down this female driver. She slows down and the man begins leaning on her hood. He also grabs her window wiper for good measure.
Nah, I'm sorry, if somebody literally done that, I'd actually jump out of the car and punch them. How are these people not losing their temper? Like, I'd literally be furious. Imagine if a chubby little man jumps on your car window and grabs a little thingy. I don't even know what it's called, like, I'm getting angry.
This means that she can't reverse, otherwise her wiper will break. The man is not shy to show what he wants, holding up a banknote. In this situation, he's not trying to get insurance money. He simply wants the driver to give him some easy cash. The man seems very relaxed, like he's having a normal conversation. But thankfully, the driver has seen this all before. She shouts, "Get off and get lost" at the man. After all, she is recording all of this on her dash cam.
That's so scary. Like, who is this literal random man? Think that this man was literally a child at one point. He's got a family. Somebody gave birth to this man and he's turned into a window wiper scammer.
The man even seems like he's enjoying himself trying to scam this woman. Eventually he realizes that this woman is too stubborn to give him any money and fall for his scam, and he thumps the car's hood in anger. This just goes to show that you should stand up to scammers. They're trying to get money as easily as possible, and if you make it too difficult, they will simply give up and move on to the next person.
I'm sorry, but he wouldn't have another person to move on with me. I'd literally hurt him. Nah, I'm sorry, that's just so freaky. Like, who's that literal random man? Oh, that just makes me feel a bit sick.
Running start. This is a pretty funny scammer fail coming from a Chinese city.
Why are they literally all coming from China? Like, I'm telling you right now, China must have an issue with scammers. I swear China also have a lot of people doing identity fraud over there. The Chinese government need to put a stop to this behavior.
One morning, a man is driving down a busy road. That's when, out of nowhere, a woman runs up the road towards his car. She does not expect the man to slow down so quickly, but he does. It's quite funny how annoyed this woman visibly is. She marches off as she realizes her scam has failed. Unfortunately for everyone else on the road, this means that she will move on to them. But luckily in China, more than 60% of people have dash cams in their cars. This means it likely will take a while for this woman to find a good victim to scam.
I mean, that is good. At least they've all got dash cam video thingies, but that's actually quite sad that they need to get them. They literally can't drive around in their cars without somebody accusing them of hitting them. I'm telling you right now, if it were me, I'd just hit them. I wouldn't care.
Motorbike scammers. Scammers riding motorbikes and mopeds is very common in some countries. A man is driving down a quiet street one night. That's when two guys on a moped speed in front of him and then slow down. They then pretend to get rear-ended. The first guy hops off and his friend tells him to lay down. The shirtless moped driver then gets off his bike. He begins acting very poorly, pretending that he was rear-ended by the driver. His friend lying on the floor seems very confused, like he doesn't really want to be there.
Yeah, because that looks like a confused person. These are literally grown men. Like, this is literally something a little child would do. If it was a 14-year-old doing it, I could understand it because, like, they're young and they don't understand it. But these are literal, like, adults. Like, these are men.
Maybe this was his first time scamming. The moped duo were hoping for some free money, but after the driver alerted them that their entire scam had been caught on camera, they quickly moved on. Even if you're caught off guard by these scammers and don't have a dash cam, it may be worth saying that you do. They might believe you and simply move on to the next person.
Honestly, that would be a good idea. Like, if you have a little fake dash cam up on, like, the deck of your car, literally just say that it's recording them and that you're gonna take them to jail and they'll literally zoom off. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. That was some scammers caught in the act. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, press the big red subscribe button, and yes, I'll see you all in my next video.